Why did you let him kill me?
Hi friends. Long time no see, hear, talk. So it's been a while since I posted a video on this channel. I've mostly been doing all my paranormal and like creepy stuff over on TikTok, but I'm ready to get back to it. And I want to talk about the series name and stuff real quick before I get into this freaking creepy topic I want to talk about. I still have my coffee and creepy sign. I'm still coffee obsessed, but realistically, me drinking a latte at 11:30 or 2 a.m. depending on what time I'm filming, it's just not the best idea. And that's when I film because that's when my house is the most quiet. It's the best time for me to film, and I live in a neighborhood, so during the day there's like a lot of traffic. It's just too loud and noisy. It's easier for me to film at night. So I also thought that it might be better to just call the series Sammy and Creepy, and that's kind of what I had made my TikTok name for a while. I changed it to my regular name, but I think I want to change it back. I don't know. I'm debating, but for now we're gonna call this series Sammy and Creepy because you have Sammy and we're going to talk about creepy stuff. So let me know what you think. I think that's just more feasible and just more my brand because I'm Sammy and I love creepy. So yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I'm happy to be back because you guys know I love talking about creepy things. So I'm so happy to get back to the long form content of that. I'm still going to be posting over on TikTok, the short stuff. But like there's longer cases, stories, and things, legends, games, stuff like that that are just too long for TikTok. And I want to post them here. So we're back. Welcome to another episode of Sammy and Creepy. I'm Sammy and I'm going to tell you about something creepy. Alright, so today I want to talk about Poltergeist. I'm actually so intrigued by poltergeist activity. I don't want it, but I'm interested in it. You know what I mean? Like most ghost stories, like typical ghost stories, are just not that interesting to me. But when I hear you've got a ghost that's knocking shit out of your windows, that's snatching your silverware out, that's slamming doors, that's running through your house, that's mimicking people in your house, that's when I want to talk about it. So let's first talk about what a poltergeist is, what it does, and then I was reading some comments under this article, and it's people telling their poltergeist experiences, and I kind of want to talk about if we think it's a poltergeist or a demon, because this one story is questionable, and I'm going to read it to you in just a minute. So basically a poltergeist is, like I was just saying, it's I don't even know if I believe it's like an actual ghost. I don't personally believe poltergeists are ghosts. You might have a different opinion. I feel like it's more like an entity. I wouldn't necessarily say a demon. I don't think they're the same, but it's some type of entity. It's very strong. It has a lot of energy, and it does shit just to scare you. Like its intention is to scare you, cause problems, wreak havoc in your home, freak you out, manipulate you. So a poltergeist would be a situation, a poltergeist haunting would be a situation where like you're hearing bangs all through the house, like you've got stuff vibrating, maybe you're hearing voices in your home that sound like the people that live with you, but when they're not there. Maybe you're hearing something call your name and nobody else is in the house. You're having stuff go missing, or sometimes things randomly show back up. You are experiencing things falling or moving or doors slamming, or you're hearing footsteps through the house. Like just a poltergeist is a very loud haunting, like very loud, very obnoxious. I've seen some really extreme situations. I've even experienced an extreme one. Like I was walking, this was in another house that I lived in. I was walking through my bathroom and I had this like shelf between the toilet and the sink, had this shelf, and on a thing on the shelf there was a Bath and Body Works candle that sat on it. I kid you not, that fucking thing. That thing flew at me as I walked by it. I just walked. I didn't touch the shelf. Nothing shook the shelf. I walked by and that thing flew at my legs. Like, I ignored it and pretended it didn't happen, but since I don't live there anymore, now I can say. I'm telling you, they throw things. They are trying to scare you. But it still doesn't feel like a demon. So I don't know. I think they're two different things, but you can give me your opinion on what you think the poltergeist versus demon thing. But I want to read you this story that I was reading under this article. I was looking at the Living Library blog. I'll link it below. And it's like 8 stages of the poltergeist haunting. But I was reading the stories, the comments underneath. And because I just like to do that. And let me read you this freaking story. Last week, my boyfriend and I stayed at a cabin. We were eating and the lights flickered off and on. We didn't think much of it since the cabin was old. Night comes and we were getting ready for bed. We went downstairs to get a snack and all the lights are on. I swear we turned them off. Still didn't think much of it. Again, old cabin. We got into bed and as we were closing our eyes, we could hear this super loud scratching that sounded like it was coming from the side of the cabin. We both sat up and just looked at each other in shock. I was scared. I couldn't sleep, so I stayed up watching Netflix. See, I would have been like, oh, it's an animal. We're in a cabin. No biggie. But it gets worse. Just listen. My boyfriend had fallen asleep about 10 minutes later. I felt my boyfriend jump up from the bed, then just go, what the fuck just happened? I've never seen him so scared. I asked him what happened and he told me he heard a loud growl in his ear. I literally could not believe it. The next day we were downstairs watching TV. I had to use the restroom. Keep in mind that there is a door going into the hallway where the bathroom is that was open at the time. I went to the restroom and as I was in there, I heard someone running to the hallway door and slamming it shut. I got out of the restroom and thought it was my boyfriend just trying to scare me. So I tried opening it. The handle was moving, but when I tried pushing or pulling it open, it wouldn't budge. It felt as if someone was holding it shut. I just remember yelling, let me in. What are you doing? The door would not open, so I went upstairs to go around. As I was passing by the upstairs bathroom, I heard this deep growl that didn't sound like human or animal like at all. My heart dropped and I ran as fast as I could to the living room and yelled at my boyfriend for locking me out and told him about the growl. He was confused and told me that he was just watching TV the whole time and didn't hear anything. We walked to the hallway door and sure enough, it was closed. There was no lock on it. Someone had to have been holding it shut. We were terrified. We packed our things the same day as we were making sure. And as we were making sure we had everything, we spotted these claw-like marks in the bathroom. I'll never forget that. Okay, see, and that's not a poltergeist, friend. That is not a poltergeist. That's a demon. That cabin has a demon. For whatever reason, don't know if maybe someone summoned it there, someone brought it there. One that intense, I would think someone summoned it there. They were doing something in that cabin, or it's on a really dark, possessed piece of property maybe. I'm not sure, but someone invited that thing in, okay? And that's a demon. That's not a poltergeist, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments though. Okay, now I'm gonna read another one. Let's see if we think this is a poltergeist or a demon. I experienced something weird this morning. My husband woke me up to tell me he was leaving for work and I asked him what time it was and he said 5:46. Shortly after he was gone, I was on my cell phone still in bed and heard running like pitter patter from my bathroom to my bedroom door. This happened several times before I raised up out of bed and screamed, "Hey!" I quickly got up and turned on my bathroom light and tried to make sense of why I heard this noise. I looked in the shower and heard water run from the shower head as it does several times after it's been used, but it wasn't a pitter-patter noise. I looked at the shower curtain, but no movement was coming from it. I stood looking around the bathroom, but nothing was there. I heard some noise in the kitchen, but when I got to the kitchen, there was nothing. As I was getting ready to take my daughters to school, I was standing in my bathroom doing my makeup, and a fly appeared out of nowhere, flying around like crazy, then disappeared after I was done. I'm perplexed and a little scared. When I said, "Hey," I knew no one was physically there, but I knew some sort of spirit or entity was. I've heard random noises before, but I shook them off. But what happened today is real. I told my family about it and they don't know what to make of it either. I don't feel threatened or anything, but this is very strange that this happened. So in this case, I don't know, because I don't know the layout of her house. I was gonna say maybe it was your kid, but if she's saying it's not, then who am I to tell them that it is? Like, I don't know the layout of their house. I don't know if she heard the footsteps where there's no way her kids could have been. So I would say you probably do have a little ghost, a little poltergeisty in your house. Especially if this is not their first experience. This one says, okay, this is what I actually wanted to write about. Scared shitless. So I watch dogs usually in people's homes. Been doing this for 2 years or so. My friend moved in with her partner and had me watch her fur babies at a new location, only for about 3 days. I really got into cleaning for them because there was so much dust. As I was sweeping over by the dog door, it looked like someone or something was trying to enter. The door just pushed forward. Since I was right there, I pushed it back with my broom and the doggy door over it and then super locked everything up. Trying to make this super short, I spent the whole entire evening in such a state of panic thinking someone had broken in, but after today I'm thinking it may be of the spiritual world. So that night I laid in bed frightened. I saw the sheets being tugged down from my knees to my feet from underneath the bed. Oh hell no. I heard a girl's voice like mocking me from under the bed. I was so scared. I went and hid in the laundry room. I watched their dog play ball with something. She would fetch it and the ball would be thrown and she would bring it back. I just got chills. You could tell she was looking at someone or something. I did look under the bed and never saw anything or anyone. And you're braver than me. I wouldn't have looked. I would not have looked. I wouldn't have went back in that room. I went back there today and the same shit started. I went to bed, got all the animals, locked everything up. I could hear noises out in the house. I'm trying so hard not to get anxious or paranoid. I specifically left all the damn lights on. You know I did. So I could also see if there was a damn shadow under my door. Look, I went home convinced that there was an intruder in the house last time, so lights are all on in the hallway. Except they aren't. I had them on. I've been in the room for 5 minutes. They are no longer on. I hear the hangers in the closet moving. What the fuck? I open the door, turn the light switch up, and they don't come on. Turn them down, then they work. I shut the door, then the big dog that was sleeping all of a sudden jumps up and runs to the door and starts sniffing. I'm like, this is it. This is when I get murdered. As I lay there, I keep hearing ticking noises on the door. Anxiety. I go out to check all the doors. They're locked. I don't see anyone. I grab a water and the big dog is staring at someone in the spare bedroom door. So I fling it open and tell her to go check it out and simultaneously tell her there's nothing in there. Those rooms always stay closed from moving. As I go to close it, who do I see? The cat. Sid the cat was in the bedroom with me the whole time. Plus the door was closed. How would he get in and then close the door behind him? I left at 3 a.m. and drove home to sleep. I feel fine at home. Massive anxiety there. Help. My God. That is terrifying. Okay, so I'm gonna read these two that like went together. These are two different comments. So like one person left a comment and then someone else is experiencing the same thing. Not sure if this is anything, but I walked into my bathroom and it looked like someone had threw a cup of coffee and like threw it against the wall. Threw it against all the walls. Nothing was leaking from the ceiling. It was just on the walls and wiped right off. Not sure how it could have gotten there. I moved in here about 3 months ago. And then someone responded to that comment, said same. It started by the light switches and on the walls. It was heavy in certain rooms. I'd clean it. When it would show up. Large handprints on windows, 2 stories high, no roof to stand on. Growling, hissing, sulfur. I think they mean sulfur smell. Objects flying, but once I noticed the coffee-like substance, it was too late. Activity was something I thought I could handle, but it was too real. I thought I swore people were in my house. It was more than bad. Good luck. I'm sorry. Wow. Yeah. See, now that is not a poltergeist, my friend. That sulfur smell, the growling and hissing, that is demonic. I don't care what anybody says. Argue with someone else. Growling, hissing, sulfur, that's demonic. Have you not seen Supernatural? No, but really, I've been studying paranormal for a very long time. I've experienced demonic activity before. That is demonic activity. So yeah, what did you think of these stories? You want me to read some more from this article? what other topics would you like to see me talk about now that we're back on here? It feels nice to be back. This was fun, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. So don't forget to stay creepy. Bye.